Welcome, friends, to this Sunday service. I'm Kalani, your host and teacher here, and this is Music Mindfulness. What can music and the mind of the musician, the way of the musician, teach us about mindfulness, and how are the two related, and how can they support one another? Thanks for dropping in on this Sunday. I hope you are well. Hope your families are well, wherever they are, wherever you are, because we're all in the same place. That's part of our theme today. What is spiritual? What is spirituality? We're going to get back to some music making in a minute. But I'd like you to consider, and I've talked about this before, the idea of the universe, right? The one verse or song or story, the one piece of music that's here, that's happening, and not to think of this as a place. When I say this, I mean everything. Where you are, where I am, the world, what we know about the universe, what we know about whatever's not on the earth. Instead of thinking of it as a place, think of it as a process. Think of it as the resulting shimmering emptiness, as some people call it. The manifested and unmanifested working together. Everything is here. There's nothing that's not here. There's no there. There's no there here. All right? It's all the same thing. And we're just little features. All right? I'm a feature of the earth, or what I like to call an expression. You are an expression of the earth, of the universe. Let's meditate on that for a minute. right. How you guys doing? So today's theme, what is spiritual? And I'm going to address that, and we're going to play some music that is in many cases considered to be spiritual. We're going to play some good old-fashioned American blues. And I'm doing that because I think there's this idea that, well, I know there's this idea out there that some things are more spiritual than others. With regard to places, I think of that as a complete illusion because all the places are connected. They're all part of the same place. So I don't know how that one could be more spiritual. Certainly, an individual could feel more spiritual, whatever that means to them, in one place or another. Certainly, some places are more aesthetically pleasing in general, right? Even that's subjective. So it's not about the place that is a question of spiritual or spirituality. It's about the personal experience. And I think that's important to remember because we might think that if we can't be in the most spiritual place, we're not going to benefit. We can't get there. We can't have the spiritual experience that we need because we can't go there. We can't be at that special place, wherever that is. But that, my friends, I think is an illusion or a delusion. Wherever you are is equally a spiritual place as anywhere else. And the reason for that is, first of all, it's all connected, like I said. But the second reason is because you're there. Because you are part of all of this. And you're a manifestation of spirit and the universal love of the universe. That's what you are. Everything is. So don't trick yourself into thinking that some things or some places are more spiritual than others. They're not. They have equal potential for helping you feel more spiritual, perhaps. But that's up to you. It's what you do with what is available that will determine that. And great poets, Rumi, Hafiz, and enlightened writers throughout the ages have all talked about this. The potentiality is there, always. So when somebody says, well, don't touch that, don't even look at that. That's so spiritual. It's ancient. It's the most spiritual thing. I mean, you could let them do that, let them think that, but to yourself, you don't have to believe that. You can if you want, but I would say, but just because something is old or kept away in a special place, that it has any more spiritual significance than anything else. In fact, perhaps the most spiritual things are the things that are fleeting and just here and gone quickly, like childhood or a delicate flower or something like that, something that just is in the wind. Because spirit is what moves everything. Spirit is not in a dusty closet somewhere. Spirit is the animating force in the universe. So spirit is what creates music. Music is spiritual. Music is an expression of spirit, of spirituality, of spiritual energy coming together. And all of the individual things are part of the whole. All right. So what you're experiencing, what life is a form of music. It's the universe, the universal song, the one song. And we're all part of the melody and the harmony and the rhythm. I think that's what music making can teach us. Also, spirit, you've heard the expression, oh, they're a very spirited person. The spirit, they're enraptured with spirit. They're spirited. What does that mean? What does that look like to you? Animated, right? Animated. We are animals, right? We're animated parts of the earth. So, spirit, movement, The word spirit or aspire or respiration comes from this idea of breath, of air, of life. All right, so that's all happening. When we play the flutes and the drums together, we're experiencing the earth energy from the drum, the fire energy from the wind, the flutes, string instruments, all these things coming together. So I think music is a beautiful metaphor for the totality of spiritual, of spiritedness in the world. That's my message for you today. It's short, it's sweet. I hope it resonates with you. Now we're going to move on, and I'm going to play some blues. And the blues is a unique musical art form, and I like the blues. I use the blues a lot in my own work as a music therapist and music educator because it allows, I say the blues allows people permission, it gives people permission to complain and to talk about maybe their challenges. And so if you're a fan of the blues, if you know anything about the blues, you know that people often use it to talk about a challenge, but embedded in that expression of a challenge is usually a solution. And it's when we acknowledge our challenges that we can address them, that we can face them head on. So there's a bitter sweetness in the blues. There's a kind of forlorn feeling, a little bit sad, but also hopeful, and some joy in there mixed in. I appreciate you guys being here today. As always, if you'd like to connect with me more, you can do that through patreon.com/Kalani. This Sunday service is a community service. It's something that I do. It's my gift to the community to help. And if you'd like to contribute to this or anything else in my other work in music, you can meet me over there at Patreon, and I'll answer your questions and so forth. Also, I do a breakdown video after. You guys know this if you've watched this before. After this is over, I do a breakdown video where I explain a lot of things about the instruments, and those are always posted at Patreon /Kalani as well. Here we go. Hey, I hope you all can find some time to relate to this idea today. Maybe it's just going and doing nothing for a minute and observing the amazing feeling of being alive without trying to do anything. So before I leave you, let's apply the same idea of that there, is equal spirituality everywhere, equal spirit everywhere, and that not only are there not places that are more spiritual, there are not things that are more spiritual. There are also not behaviors that are more spiritual or actions. So just remember that. Keep it in mind that if somebody is pressuring you, or if you feel pressured to perform behaviors that people have told you are spiritual, that it's just a choice. I mean, you can do spiritual behaviors if you want. When I say behaviors, I mean maybe dressing a certain way, moving in a certain way, making certain postures or shapes with your body, doing those gestures and spiritual rituals. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with doing that. It's just a choice. You can do it if you want. If you like doing those things, do them. But my message is you don't have to do them to be more spiritual. You're already completely spiritual, just the way you are. So that stuff is just extra. Do it if you like it. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.